My husband goes to the strip club and I don't understand what's the point. I'm typically not a jealous person. He can go out with the boys for a night out at clubs and bars and stuff, but I can't lie, it does bother me that he goes to the strip club. It's not a frequent thing. He went last weekend, but the last time before that was like 3 months ago. I guess I just don't understand it. You just get blue balls there. What's the point? They dance on you topless. They aren't even nude from the waist down. You can't touch them inappropriately, or you'll get kicked out. I used to work as a bartender at a strip club when I was in college, so I understand how strip club works. I really just don't get the point. It's usually just old men that go there to get attention because they don't get it anymore from their wives, or their wife is too old and not that hot anymore. But I still just don't get it. My husband and I are both young and we're in our 20s. We have sex regularly. I have a high drive and I really can't remember a time I've ever denied sex. I told my husband it bothers me. He goes. He told me I'm being jealous and insecure and he just likes to look at hot girls like all men do. They definitely aren't all no touching, especially if the girl wants to make more money off you. He probably just enjoys the articles. Maybe if you start going to strip clubs he'd understand why it makes you uncomfortable. Oof, the amount of disrespect in his comments when you bring up your concerns. Man, I'd be entering into amateur night and tell him I love when hot men watch me strip for them and fantasize about taking me home. I just get crazy when I'm disrespected after drawing boundaries, lol. I've never been to one and can't understand them either. If I wanted a woman to fake interest in me and leave me with blue balls, I can stay home with my wife and save a lot of money. Former stripper here. I don't understand the appeal either. But I'm grateful to the men and occasional women that help me pay for college. If you continued to tell him it upsets you and he still goes, then honestly I would leave him. Because while this boundary should be the easiest to follow, he doesn't, and it's because he is caring more about what he wants and what he does over how it makes you feel, or even just being a sleazeball and going to a strip club is not okay in a relationship. I would honestly just leave him. He clearly cannot respect boundaries or respect you, and in a marriage those things are the literal foundation. 3 possible reasons emo. 1. It's enjoyable to look at good-looking people. Naked women are hot. There's a reason we have so many paintings and statues of them. 2. The vibe is fun. I'm a straight woman who occasionally just loves going and throwing some dollars and downing some drinks. 3. Some dudes pay for the extras. It's fucked up you told him it bothers you though and he doesn't care. It's sketch. Strip clubs are either that important to him or he doesn't care how you feel that much. The point is heightened arousal at minimum, sex at maximum. I never got into strip clubs. Giving money to someone that obviously doesn't give a shit about you seems foolish. Maybe it's a fetish to give money away to a stranger in attempts to buy attention. I also think it's weird to be aroused around other people. I have never sat around with my friends watching porn. But to each their own. I'm a guy and I don't get it either. I haven't been in one since my taking my brother-in-law for his bachelor party 30 years ago. We had 2 clubs in our area. One used to have a free soda fountain. I really liked that. It shut down. The other one has had too many shootings. I won't risk it, unless someone confirms for me that it has a free soda fountain. I don't get it. If he and one of his coworkers went out for drinks and she dry humped him, you'd consider that cheating, right? Why isn't it cheating when he pays someone to do it? And spare me the I like to look at hot chicks shit. He's paying a woman to allow him to simp for her. I understand you have a high sex drive. But really? You wanna fuck that guy? The one who was just paid a girl to see her tits then came home to you? Nah. Cool girl. Time to get some standards. He sounds like a scumbag. You might tell yourself he's just so great. But is he really? I have gone to a strip club once on purpose and once on accident. It was a rural bar that turned strip club after a certain time, and it was more for the experience to see what it was like. But I think guys that frequently go to strip clubs are usually dirtbags that are more inclined to cheat because that is what they are inviting into their lives. Plus, not all clubs are no touching. Do you understand how they work though? I worked as a stripper in California, and yeah, there's supposed to be no touching. I know 0 girls who followed that policy. We would all let them touch for an extra tip. Some girls went further. Like all the way. Ask if you can go with him. If he says no, he's hiding something. It's not jealousy you're feeling. It's disrespect. Your husband has issues. I'd be regularly getting my vagina swabbed if I were you. Have you ever thought about showing up at the strip club in a disguise and watching what he does? It says a lot about him that he can't explain why he likes going there, and him calling you jealous. Insecure when you tell him it bothers you. That shit ain't gonna last. This is a red flag for me. I'm a dude and used to have a stripper friend. Spent lots of time in a strip club. And have hung out with a lot of strippers going out, eating and drinking. Lots of girls get drunk and horny at the club and make bad decisions. He likes the attention he gets and the flirtation. He's disrespecting you as his wife. And you guys are only in your 20s. He needs to understand that what he's doing is something a single man does. Don't you think all men like to look at pretty women and flirt with them? But they don't because they respect their wives. Tell him to grow up. I never understood the appeal. Either. I'm a dude. I've been to strip clubs a couple of times. I don't get it. Drinks are overpriced. Atmosphere is not okay with me. Music is too loud. I guess he gets some dopamine there. I don't have any other explanation. You pay a girl enough. The no touching rule no longer applies. They have rooms specifically meant for that. I wouldn't be comfortable with him going to strip clubs, and if he continues, I'd honestly leave. Then again, people have different deal breakers. That would definitely be one for me. I have couple friends that go together, so I can see how it's a little less weird because they're both there. Maybe ask him to include you next time. See what the vibe is that he gives off. If he's not doing anything bad, I don't see why you can't join. Big waste of money. And disrespectful to you if you don't like it. You should tell him you are going along with him next time and see what he says. I used to go to the strip club every weekend when I was 21-25. We have fully nude places here, but I usually just stuck to the topless bars. After I started dating my now wife, I never went back. It's a waste of money. Like the biggest waste of money I can possibly think of. I wasn't desperate or seeking attention. I was there to take a stripper home. That was my mission every time I went. It happened twice in 4 years. As a guy who has never been to or desired to go to a strip club, but has talked to many guys who do and have, everyone talking about not all of them being no touch or right on the money. Every guy I've talked to who like going to strip clubs are guys who pay for private dances where the girls basically grind on them through their clothes until the inevitable happens. I feel like as a person in a relationship, you shouldn't be obsessed or be so into strip clubs. I think this is better when you were single. Just like hookups with random people or threesomes. Some things are better left undiscovered when married or even in a relationship. It doesn't bode well with one partner. Almost all the time. Sure, there's couples who are very open to trying these things together or have kinks of watching their partner enjoy watching touching someone else. Nothing against people like that. But for majority of couples, it simply doesn't end well.